We made it.
Hello.
What show are we seeing tonight?
Martin Mor, adventure comedian.
Made it. We're here loads of time. First show was fun. Ready to do this show. Audience are just coming in. I've even got time to change my t-shirt. Hello everybody! How you all doing? You're not quite settled yet, girl, are you? Quite settled. Wait, have you got the stuff out of the bag you needed? And have you got a wee jumper? Is that your jumper on your knee? Put that somewhere that you're comfortable, for fuck's sake. We're here for an hour. Give me, I'll look after it for you. I'll look after it for you. Put that over there. Hello everybody, I'm Martin. First thing I want to ask you is, am I who you were expecting? Good. Because on the Fringe already this year, I did a show where 45 minutes into the show, a group of 12 people realised I wasn't who they'd come to see. They were people from South Korea and they thought they were going to see some dance. So if you think you're going to see some dance, I don't want to have to refund you your money, so I will move in a kind of rhythmic sort of way. Good. You've got your specs on your head.
Well, I need to see what
You need to see. You do need to see this good stuff right here. How's it looking now? Enjoying? Enjoying what's it looking like? It's better. You said it was better without our glasses. Cheeky bitch. And there's a man with a beard. How you doing, man? How's the beard working out? Yeah, they're getting more popular beard. What do you think of the beard, girl? This wasn't what you had in mind when you said 50 Shades of Grey. That wasn't what you were thinking. Let me see who's here, because I think it's always polite to find out who's in the room. So, I come from Coleraine in Northern Ireland. Where are all the Irish? Or way over there somewhere. Where's the Scottish? Thanks for having us here. Where in Scotland you come from?
Girvan.
From Girvan?
Yes.
It's beautiful Girvan by the sea. Is it by the sea? I should know it.
Yes.
How should I know it? Do I know you? You know that woman you fuck when you're drunk and they keep following you? I thought the police told you to fuck off. And is this quite a young person? How old are you?
18.
Oh fuck. It's going to be educational for you, wee man. And who's brought you with you? Who's it?
Parents.
Your parents? Where's the parents? Hello, how you doing? How you doing, parents? Good. What's your name, son?
Reese.
Reese, I'm 18 years old. How's it working out for you? Pretty good. Don't make it fucking pretty good, son. Make it brilliant. There's your future now. 18 years old. Young Reese is 18. He can remember his first erection. That guy can't remember his last one. Nice to have you in, Reese. Nice to have you in, son. Nice to have you in. Is there anybody here from Glasgow? Yes. Oh, yourself? I really like the Glasgow accent, right? I like Glaswegians a lot. I like the Glasgow accent. Now, I don't know if you do that, if you know this. At the Fringe, I also do children's shows. It's not the same jokes. It's clearly not the same jokes. Clearly not the same jokes. But there's one thing I do in one of the shows. I juggle and I throw them to a child, and if the child catches all three of the juggling balls, they win a prize. The prize is a lollipop. Now, I get the win to lick the lolly, and then they go, this is a delicious lolly, and it's quite cute. You can imagine it's quite cute, wee kids. This is except with a wee lad from Glasgow, 6 years old. This is a delicious lolly! People were fucking shitting themselves. That sounds more like some sort of loan shark coming to collect. So okay, we've got the Scots, and we've got the English. There's the English. So where in England do you come from? Essex. Oh, we're all getting sucked off. Happy days. What's your name, girl? What's your name, Essex? Steph, and you're a visitor?
No.
You live up here? and you're you always get this in Scotland, right? You always get this in Scotland. Where's the English? And they're slightly reluctant because you're a bit worried that there's this thing that the Scots don't like the English, and it's not true, is it? No, you're Scottish. It's not true. That woman doesn't hate you because you're English. It's like a fun rivalry, jokey kind of thing that they pretend they don't like. The Irish fucking hate you, girl. Good, good, good. Who else is here? Is there any Welsh people?
Yay!
Fuck away off. Welsh, you're Welsh, and there's another Welsh over there. Oh, what? I'm amazed. You can see I'm thrown slightly. I never get thrown. I'm thrown slightly because here's the truth. Every single time I do a show, I ask who's in the room because it seems polite, doesn't it? Find out who's here, find out who you're talking to. Seems like a polite thing to do. Now, for years, whenever I asked if there's any Welsh, there never has been any. Never. Even if you're in Cardiff, there's never any Welsh. Suddenly, there's always Welsh. And I'll tell you what happened. Last year, you've done well in the football. You did well in the Euros. Everybody loved you. You've done well in the Euros. And it emboldened the Welsh. The Welsh were emboldened by the football. Yeah, much like Brexit did for the racists. Any racists? Put your hands down, guys. I'm fucking filming this show. Has anybody in the room come from another country? Yourself, where have you come from, madam?
Poland.
From Poland. Do I say chest?
Chest.
And that's how you say hello?
Yeah.
Good. And you understand English, of course?
Yes.
And can you understand my version of English?
Yes. I
Yes,
can
good.
understand his version of English. He's from Paisley.
This guy from Paisley. Did you just get the impression?
4 years.
Did you get the impression she said that like she was talking about a special needs adult? And he's from Paisley, and I can understand that. Nice to have you in, nice to have you in. What other countries here? Anybody else? Yourself? Where from?
Argentina.
Argentina, fucking amazing. Oh, do we whoop for people pretending they fucking know where that is? Hola. Oh, I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did I say?
Hola, ¿qué tal?
You know what it to be. That would be something nice.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, are you both Argentinians?
No, I'm Scottish.
Scottish art, look at that. This is the fucking future, isn't it? A lovely gay couple. Across the world. Lovely. Lovely gay couple. And you live here now?
Yeah.
And you're a gay couple, right?
No.
No! Are you disappointed? I'm disappointed. Boys, you should make a lovely wee gay couple. I suggest you give that a go and see how it works out. See if it works for you. Are you friends?
Yeah.
Yes, and you live together?
No.
No, but you've been in each other's houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. This is the Scottish one. What's your name?
Ali.
Ali, do you like cocks? It's not 100% a requirement to be gay, but it helps. So, Ali, do you like your own cock?
Definitely, yeah.
Well, his cock wouldn't be much different. This lady here, you've seen a few cocks, haven't you? Have you or have you not? Have you seen cocks? Yeah. What's your name, madam? Jocelyn. Jocelyn, you're going to be my go-to cock consultant for this wee section. Jocelyn, roughly speaking, nobody's judging you. Roughly speaking, Jocelyn, have you seen more than 20 cocks or less? A bit less, more than 10. Between 10 and 20. Maybe, okay, good. Are most cocks pretty similar? No. Oh no. Well, I mistook. I haven't seen a lot of cocks. I've seen cocks on the videos, you know, like the stunt cocks. Wee Reese is only 18. Reese, you know them ones you've been watching on pornos? They're not real cocks, man. Don't be judging your wee 18-year-old cock against them, son. They're like stunt cocks. So, this is fun already, isn't
You didn't care her.
it? Did you just say you didn't ken her? How are you fucking handling that, Poland? How are you handling you didn't ken her? That means you don't actually know her. So, it's more than 20 cocks then, was that? Yeah. She's putting them on Facebook, isn't she? In a collection. So the different then. They're different, are they? Because here's the truth, right? I'll be honest with you. As a young man, I played rugby, and we're around dressing rooms and stuff all the time, so I've seen a lot of limp penises, but I've not seen a lot of erect penises, where I'm guessing the difference happens. Because we limp ones are just we limp ones, aren't they? But then there's a bit of a different Jocelyn. Is there a difference? Right, let me tell you this. One of my friends is a woman, and she's just started having a relationship with somebody, and she's not sure if they're at that point where they've had sex, but they're not really a relationship yet, and they're not sure whether they're going to be. And she's a bit worried about something. She asked me if because she thinks he's got an unusual penis. And is this unusual, Jocelyn? Well, I'll ask you, right? She said that the shaft was very short, but the head was very big. And she described it as like a portobello mushroom. Is that unusual? Might be. What she actually went on to do was, she said it's like a portobello mushroom. She said more accurately, it's what she imagined the button that Donald Trump would press to launch a nuclear attack. I'd love that penis. I have a wee normal Irish penis, a regular Irish. I would love that nuclear button penis. Imagine that every time you ejaculated, you could go Hiroshima. Well, thanks for bringing your cock knowledge. This is getting made into DVD. You're going to be famous. Where's Jocelyn Cock Lady? You get back tonight, fucking get that, copyright that website, Jocelyn Cock Lady. It's a new future for you here. So good. Nice to have you in Argentina, nice to have you in. Good to you made that happen. Thank you. Thank you very much. Any other countries, very quickly, any other countries? Where? Falkirk. Falkirk's not really another country, is it? It's another fucking era. Oh, I just noticed the cup they give me says I'm surrounded by cunts. It's got to be classy in here in the stand. Right, this show's called Adventure Comedian, and the notion was that I got to do a couple of lucky things in the last couple of years that were maybe quite adventurous things, and I thought I'd tell you about them. So one of them was, I don't know if you know this, not April a year ago, me and 3 other comedians set the world record for the highest altitude comedy show. We did it for charity, we did it in Everest Base Camp, and it was for Save the Children Fund. None of you fuckers give a fuck about it, but right. It was for Save the Children. They had an earthquake in Nepal. You know Nepal, right? They had an earthquake. Nepal is the 3rd poorest country in the world. We thought we'd go, we'll try and make a difference. We'll do this gig at Everest Base Camp. It's up at high altitude. Has anyone been to Nepal? Yourself? And what were you doing in Nepal, Welsh lady? You had a walk up Annapurna. Was it great?
Yeah.
Was it brilliant?
Yeah.
Did you see lots of Wayans, lots of children? You call them children in Wales, wouldn't you? Right? That run out of the villages and they're looking for sweeties off you.
Yeah.
You get this in poor places all over the world. The children want sweeties. Now, I never give them sweeties. I take pencils. I take a box of pencils and I give them to the kids, and then one person clapped. There's that guy that owns a pencil company. Is that you there? How you doing? It's a good idea, isn't it? It's a good idea.
Definitely, I've done the same in Africa.
You've done the same in Africa, give them some pencils there. Yeah, it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. And so anyway, because you hike up from the airport, you hike up to Everest Base Camp, it takes 9 days. It's a long walk. It's a long walk. It's the whole fucking idea. It was a long walk. And so I got rid of my pencils in like 3 days. I had no pencils left. So I thought, I'm going to give these children the gift of laughter. So what I did, Nepal, as this lady, what's your name, Welsh lady? Errol. Oh, you've got the thing in it, haven't you, Errol? Say the word cardiovascular. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Cardiovascular. Look, the lesbians love that. Happy days. It's good, isn't it? It's got that noise you like. It's got that noise you like. I like that too. You're thinking about your own banjo string right now. Yeah. So I got rid of all the pencils in no time, and I thought, I'd give them a gift of laughter. And as Errol will know, that in Nepal is that country where they believe in the abominable snowman. You know, the Yeti. So I thought, here's a great joke. So when the winds were running up to me, what I would do was they'd come running out of the little village, and what I had my sunglasses, and as they ran up to me, I would do this. See, yous are laughing now. At the time, they were crying and running away. I don't know what the equivalent of child line in Nepal is, but they have my number. On the way up, did you get any high altitude conditions happening? Did you get like a cough?
No,
Did you get like frostbite?
didn't go that far.
You didn't go that far. On the way up, right, on the way up to Everest, I met a Canadian guy on the way down. And when we met, we shook hands, like out there, we shook hands. I don't usually stand up when I shake hands with another man. See that attitude, Reese? That's what you need if you ever get put in prison. That's what you need to do. I don't think you should go to prison, son. I don't know if you'll do well, but you need to be able to do that. You need to be able to dominate the wee bitch. And then I need more tea in a minute. Well, on the way up, shook hands with this fella, and I felt in the guy's hand that something was unusual. I'll be honest, at the start, I thought, when I shook hands at first and I felt his hand, I thought he was a mason. And I looked down, and he wasn't a mason. What he was, he's a Canadian climber, and as he took his hand away, he could see his fingers were missing. His fingers missing, and I seen it, and he seen me looking. That's a bit rude, isn't it? And I'm sorry, mate. And he went, don't worry, man. He goes, 2 years ago, on Everest, frostbite. We got caught out in a storm, we had to bivvy for the night. I lost fingers, I lost toes on Mount Everest to frostbite. What a fucking brilliant story. I would love that. I'd be going to people, oh, Princess Street, it's just over there, right, just right that way there. Oh yes, Mount Everest, frostbite, 2 years. Even if I only had it in my toes, I'd be pointing like that. I'd be wearing sandals all the time. But anyway, on the way up, I did sustain on my charitable attempt to raise the money and make the big show up on Mount Everest. I got a really bad cough, my Everest injury. I sustained a hernia. That's not the same fucking story, is it? Princess Street, it's over there. Do you want to feel that? Do you want to feel that there? Do you know what a hernia is? Do you know what a hernia is? You don't know? Right, here's what it is. On a man, he has testicles. You knew this. You all knew this, didn't you? The lesbians, you knew this, didn't you? Men's got testicles. You don't need to go there. No, nothing. There's no joy there for you, girl. There's no joy there at all. No joy at all. On testicles, what happens is, you have a little pipe, which is called the vas. And out of the vas comes the sperm, and that goes to the launch pad, and it gets launched wherever it's getting launched to. And so, you can develop a weakness as you get older. I'm 53. As you get older, what age are you, man?
38.
Fuck off, 38. Fucking hell, mate. See you on Monday morning, go and get some blood tests done. It's because you're from Glasgow, that's right. He's from Glasgow, he's over 38, he's only got a couple of years left. Enjoy them couple of years. So what happens, long story short, what happens is, you have a hole there naturally, you can develop a weakness and a bit of stuff pokes through, and they do an operation to put it back. Look. It's a good scar, isn't it? Yeah, I usually tell people it's a shark bite. But what happened to me was, you know when you sprain your ankle, and your toes go black as well, don't they, when you get a bruise? Because blood drains from an injury to the lowest point. Now with mine, because the injury was here, it drained into my testicles. Now what happened was, you've had this, you've fucking had this. Have you had a hernia?
Mate has.
Your mate has, and you've had a look at his testicles. I don't blame you, it's spectacular, isn't it? It's spectacular. My testicles were this big. They're not any longer, because you know what I'm like now, I would be showing them to you if they were this big, right? And as you know, you're quite young, what age are you, young lady? 20, right? Do you know about men's testicles? They're very sensitive. So because my testicles were really big and bright purple, were his purple. It's a good look, isn't it? It's a fucking good look. I was basically carrying them around because I didn't want to bang them. My job for 3 weeks was testicle carrier. I was just carrying around and then resting them for a wee while. The thing was, because I had this operation here, everything was sore, so I was limping. So I was walking around my house, like this here, like that with a limp, and I realised gangster rappers have just had a hernia operation. That's what that's all about. You don't get to hold your testicles in front of a lesbian very often. I enjoy it. The other thing happened, and this is good for me now, as a 53-year-old man, you don't think you're going to have any more new experiences. What about age are you, friend? 46. Fuck off. There's no way. You're younger than me. Then you don't need a more drink. Don't get that guy a mineral water. So here's the thing, have you got a foreskin? Yeah? How's it working out? Reese, have you got a foreskin, son? Yeah. When you have a pee, Reese, do you pull your foreskin all the way back or just a wee bit? Fucking grow up. Just a wee bit or all the way? Depends. Oh. One of those things is a pee, one of those things is a wank. You need to get that sorted out. Your dad hasn't told you the facts of life yet, has he? Because here's the thing, on men, I don't know if the girls know this, on men with foreskins, we don't pull them back all the way because it'd be a waste of energy, would it? We've evolved to just pull it back to the right amount to get a clean stream. So you pull it back, you can get a good clean stream, can't you? Yeah. My age, I can piss a good clean stream that almost passes the front of my feet. I never knew that was fucking common. They know the way you could piss up in the air like that, Reese. Fucking enjoy that song, because we missed that. That fucking goes that way. But the thing was with me, at 53, I had thought there was no new experiences for me. I had thought that now, at my age, I had more memories than dreams. But it's true, new experience. Penis got swollen, went to have a piss, couldn't retract the foreskin as much as I normally did, pissed in my own face. I'm not saying I liked it, but it was a new experience. New experience. Yeah. The lady with the, where's the pencil lady? What's your name, pencil lady?
Carol.
Carol, how are you, Carol?
I'm good.
And where are you from, Carol?
I live in Edinburgh.
You live in Edinburgh?
Glasgow originally.
Glasgow originally, okay, good. Carol, where have you been? You were in Africa when you were giving out the pencils?
Gambia.
In Gambia, was it good?
Yeah.
And the kids liked the pencils, didn't they?
Loved them.
I was in Africa, I was in South Africa, and it was just after apartheid. Do you remember apartheid? You don't like me, do you? Are we having a staring competition right now? Fuck you, I can do it. You look at my balls! I think I just fixed the lesbian. There's no fixing, we don't care anyway. Get married, you two, get married? No, get fucking married. I walked on the streets in the rain so you could fucking get married. I was in South Africa and it was just after apartheid, and I went in there, I don't know if you know this area, Carl, it's called this Transkei. It's a region of South Africa, and I always do this when I go to other countries. Because I can do the juggling and stuff, I go and do shows in schools, and I think it's a nice thing to do, and you feel good about yourself. And I went to a school there, and I went in, and they had a classroom of 300 children. That's a big classroom, isn't it? 300 children, all primary and infant age, and I was going to do a wee show for them. And I walked in, and honestly, the wee kids were terrified of me. They were all hiding, and they were and I thought, oh my God, they've never seen a white person before because of the region that it was in. And it wasn't that at all, Carl. You know what it was? The equivalent of the bogeyman in that country is called the Tokolosh. And the Tokolosh is described as having a long beard, carrying a big stick, and he has a huge penis. And the Tokolosh comes to take the naughty children away. Big beard, huge penis, big stick. 2 out of 3 isn't bad. 2 out of 3. If I ever go back there, I'm taking a big stick. Dream on, Martin. Dream on. Good. How do you know each other? You work together. How's that working out? Yeah, so everything you need to know about cogs. You know Cogmeister. The next time she comes in the office, is it an office? Is there other people work there? Yeah. You all work there. Next time she comes in, just go, Cogmeister. Here comes the Cogmeister. Maybe give her a signal like this. Cogmeister. Oh, good. Right, I have another wee story to tell you. Who's ever been to America? Right? I was talking to somebody, that guy there, miserable sort of looking guy. Where in America were you, fella? Florida, it was a great. Fantastic. Good. Look at your fucking body language with your folded arms and your miserable face. Can the camera crew film that fucker? Just so the people at home watching the DVD know what I'm fucking up against. Right. A few years ago I was in America. Here's the story. I travelled on the east coast of America doing shows. And then I went across to the west coast. I went to a place called San Diego. And it's a lovely place, San Diego. And I was drinking in a bar in San Diego with some young fellas. They call them frat boys. You know this expression, frat boys?
Yeah.
Well, we call them wankers. Young fellas, young posh fellas. And then we're drinking tequila slammers. Have you drunk tequila slammers, young Reese? Make us a tequila slammer. Our staff. We're getting rid. Is you Reese's dad?
Yeah.
This is his education starting right now. And who's the young girl? Who's the wee girl? Are you with these people? What? How old are you, love?
28.
28 years old. Still quite young. You look young. Have you met my friend Reese? Say hello to her, Reese. What's your name, girl?
Carol.
Say hello, Carl. Reese, say hello. It's a bit awkward. It is a bit awkward, but it's not going to get any easier. Say hello. I would totally, do you know, here's the truth. See the night. See doing this tonight. Thanks for all coming and everything. See the night, but if I make you laugh, that would be brilliant. And I'm happy if I make you laugh. That's my job. If I get you laughing, happy days. See if I could get a young couple to come together. Even if it was just for one night. It'd be lovely, wouldn't it? And I don't even know, Reese, I don't even know what it's like being young anymore. Is fingering still a thing? Is that popular? Do you remember fingering? Fingering used to be really... Do you remember fingering? Of course you do. I would say... How's that working out, Dad? Are you comfortable? I would say between the ages of about 15 and 18 in Northern Ireland, me growing up, fingering was like the most popular thing. The only thing more popular than fingering was telling your mate you'd been fingering. You're off the hook, Reese. Enjoy the fingering, whatever you get up to, son, whatever you get up to. So I was in San Diego, I'm drinking with these Egypts, right? And we're drinking tequila slammers, and they said to me, they said, Martin, how come you're here? I said, I'm on my holidays. I said, how come you boys are here? They said, tomorrow we are crossing the border into Mexico, and we are going to go cycling in Mexico. Do you want to come? Tequila slammers. I went, yeah, of course I fucking want to come. Let's go. Let's go now. So, next day we get up, I hired a bicycle, and we went with the guy, we crossed into Tijuana. Now, I don't know if you know what Tijuana is. It's like North America's version of Amsterdam. It's where you can get a hooker, you'd like it, you can get hookers, you can get drugs. Do you take drugs? You like the drugs? What's your name, man? Nevin, you look a bit fucking druggy to me as well. Because here's the crack, I've done a show on the other side of town. I was doing a show in the Fringe, and what they do in these shows is you put money in a bucket at the end of the show. It's like busking, but you're inside, and somebody left me a £50 note. Now you can tell I'm working class scum because I instantly thought it was a fucking fake one. And I thought, right, that's fake, I'm getting rid of that as quick as possible. So I went to spend it, and a guy sold me crystal meth. And I go, it's in my bag in the back. Right, I don't know what you do with it. Do you know what you do with it?
No idea.
You no idea? Who knows? Does anybody know? Right, well what we'll do then is, we'll do this, we're having a good laugh, we'll do this for a bit longer, and then what we'll do is, I'll get the crystal meth and we'll try different ways of taking it. And figure out what works. So you could smoke it. Do you smoke?
No.
No, well right, you can stick it up your arse. And then you can smoke it, right? And then you can rub it into your gums, and then you snort it. Sounds good, right? We're on. It's good. So, we're going to cross over, and we cross into Tijuana. Now, as I told you, Tijuana is a party time. We're in Tijuana, and then I realised that these guys were going to go camping. When they said cycling, I thought we would cycle a bit and would come back again where we were staying. No, they're going camping. So I have to now buy a tent in a fucking party town. You can buy drugs and prostitutes, but buying a fucking tent is difficult. Eventually, after a lot of searching, I find in a hardware shop on the top shelf a long box with a drawing in ink on the box, a drawing of a tent. I get it off the guy, buy it for $5. I get my cardboard box with the drawing of the tent. I put it on the bike. We cycle into the desert for 6 hours. We find the place we're going to camp. The American fellas have these tents that you just pull the string and it sets it up on its own. Great technology. I have my wee cardboard box with the drawing of a tent. I go to set it up. I open the box. It was a fucking Wendy house. I have camped for 4 nights in the Mexican desert in a fucking Wendy house. on a hot morning, I could roll the wee windows up. These boys, they were doing a cool thing, these boys. They were doing this thing where what they were actually doing was they were meeting some shaman, some Mexican shaman. Do you know this expression, shaman? Like magician, you must have them. Have you got them in the Amazon? Have you got the Amazon in Argentina? No, it's near. It's nearby, and you can go and you can take, well, we were doing that kind of carry on, right? And so we went to meet the shaman, and what they were going to do was a 4-day trek in the desert, taking a drug called peyote. Now give me a cheer who knows about peyote. Yes. It's like acid, it's like LSD, but do you know about these drugs, do you, Reese? Reese, here's some advice for your life, right? Take drugs, watch gay porn, and don't listen to what your dad tells you because you're 18, do what you fucking want something. Peyote's like this, so imagine you took acid. Have you took acid? Yes, of course you have. Right. You are under arrest. No. You take acid. Acid goes like this, doesn't it? Dum dee dum dee dum. Isn't it? Acid is like the drug equivalent of sort of jazz hands, isn't it? Whereas peyote comes on, boom, straight away. You've done it, haven't you? Boom, straight away. And the thing with peyote is, when you taste it, it comes from a root, from a cactus. When you taste it, it's really bitter. So you go like this, ugh. And sometimes it comes on so quick, you get stuck like that. So like with any hallucinogenic drugs, things can go wrong and you can have a bad trip, and you've heard of bad trips and people are always worried. So I says to the shaman fellas, what happens if you have a bad trip? They said, don't worry, we know exactly what to do. If you have a bad trip, we're going to tie you to a tree. Okay, fuck it, let's go. Fuck it, we're here, let's go. We've got a Wendy house, let's fucking go. I took the drug and it came on instantly, and it was mad, it was wild, right? We walk into the desert, all the cactuses looked like they were people dancing. You get a spirit animal. You've heard of this, Argentina? Spirit animal? You see a creature. And it's like the shaman always do, you see like a little deer or something. My spirit animal was an armadillo. You know them boys? An armadillo with Michaela Strachan's face. Where did that come from? Drugs are great, right? I'm following Michaela Strachan armadillo, having a great time. Then after a while, I don't know how long, my drugs wore off. They wore off a little bit like that. And I realised I was actually tied to a tree. Like that. And then I looked over, and beside me, tied to another tree, was a fella called Brad. There was one of the lads with me, and he's tied to a tree. He's also like that. And I said, Brad, look, one of your arms is undone. Untie yourself and let us go, and we'll escape. And he looked down, and he saw that his arm was free, and he started wanking. That was just the moment where my drugs came back up, and I was transfixed. I was now staring at a frat boy wanking in the Mexican desert. And I looked over, I pulled my eyes away, and Michaela Strachan armadillo had sat down and she was watching. And then just as Brad came, he started howling like a wolf. Whoa! And he ejaculated, and it was like the birth of the Big Bang Theory. And all the sperm came out in slow motion and then splattered on Michaela Strachan. Yes! And then afterwards he was sunburned as fuck, and he came and he was all sunburned and blisters, and he went, that was great, shall we do it again? We did it the next day, it was fucking brilliant. Anyway, life's good, young man. Do the drugs. Something happened recently which made me doubt that I am actually as adventurous as I'm letting on, right? Because this man that I was talking to, what's your name, fella?
Wow.
And are you a couple there? Yes, how long have you been together?
3.5 years.
3.5 years, is it going good?
Yeah.
Good. I like the way you scratched your shoulder just like that there. What's that for? Is that like a signal? Are you scratching SOS into your skin so I can get you escaped? Is that what it is? Right. Recently, so I'm on Facebook a lot, I'm on Twitter, and I'm on what's it called? Instagram. I'm on is there a wee voice? Thank you very much for joining in.
I follow you on Instagram.
You follow me on Instagram? Okay, good. What's your name on Instagram?
Adele.
I don't recognize you. Normally you're just tits down, aren't you? Yeah. How's that tattoo working out? She's got a brain tattoo of a butterfly on her pitch flaps. Absolutely lovely. Yeah, good. How'd that heckle work out for you, Dale? So, recently, on social media, there was a younger woman to me, a woman that was in her 40s, contacted me on Instagram, and she said to me, she said, I know you've got a girlfriend, I follow you on social media, I think we would be good to have an affair together. Now, have you ever thought of having an affair? No. Look how quick your head turned there. You nearly spun in your fucking seat. Of course he hasn't, you fucking have. Of course he hasn't. I was flattered. I was completely flattered. I'll be honest, she was a good-looking woman, this woman, and I was completely flattered that a woman so 13 years younger than me, let's have an affair. But then I thought, see, in my house at home, where I live with my girlfriend, and in my house at home, in the roof space, I have all my vinyl records. And if I get caught having an affair, I'm getting chucked out the house. And I'll have to sort them fucking records out. I thought, I can't risk that. And then also this year, I got some grow bags, and I planted tomatoes. And I'd quite like to see if them tomatoes are edible. So I said to your woman, no, I'm not having an affair. Do you drink? Do you drink, man?
Oh, yes.
Do you drink a lot?
Yes.
Have you ever done that thing where you've woke up in the wrong bed? You've been so drunk you've woke up in the wrong bed. You've woke up in the wrong house. Not just the wrong bed. The whole wrong house. Fuck. That's horrible, that thing. Now, young Reese, be careful whatever you're doing. Don't do things too excessively. You've done it. What's your name, man?
James.
James, so you've had that experience. You wake up before you even open your eyes. You know it's not your bed, don't you? You open your eyes and you go, oh fuck, I've got a hangover, this is not my bed. You look down, there's a fat German woman shitting on your chest, it's a nightmare. You have to go home on the tram, what a fucking nightmare. I see it in you, man, I see it in you. What time is it now? What time? I'm keeping an eye on the time here because I don't want to totally overrun. You might be the youngest here, young Reese, you might be the youngest 18. Is anyone younger than 18? Right, here we go. Going to energise the room. Everyone who's a teenager, give me a cheer. Maybe this is for you, mate. Everyone who's a teenager, give me a cheer. Yay. Oh, there's another one there. Hello, young fella. How old are you?
19.
19. Are you with Reese? Okay, it's a family affair there. What the fuck were you thinking, mate? What the fuck were you thinking? No, it's not your choice. Whose choice was it? The wife's. Good call, girl. Good call. Who's in their 20s? You are.
No way.
Just. Now look at even the other people are going their way.
Cheers.
I love this in Scotland. You know you do. I do shows all over the world. Everywhere else, right? Everywhere else, somebody ever just go, no, that guy doesn't look young. The woman's here, just fuck off, no guy. The Scots are very honest people, I think. The only people more honest that I've encountered in my life are people in Thailand. And I don't know if because they're Buddhist that they have a thing that they don't lie. Has anyone been to Thailand?
Yeah.
Right. Just before, where did you go in Thailand?
Bangkok, Koh Samui, and somewhere else.
Somewhere else. Yeah, somewhere else. So, you might know it from Facebook. I just did a tour in Southeast Asia just immediately before coming here. And I also did that last year as well. And what I did was, I went to Thailand, I went for a massage. Did you have a massage?
No.
You never had a massage?
I did.
Don't be fucking shit, it's brilliant, isn't it?
Oh, amazing.
I went to this place, it was really touristy place. They'd made it look like an old hut, you know, like a traditional hut. It was really touristy and it was too expensive, but it was brilliant. The woman was very friendly. So this time when I was there again, I thought, I'm going back to that same place, don't care if it's fucking too expensive and touristy. She was brilliant. The woman, so I went in, and then by chance, it was the same woman. It was exactly the same woman. And she said, hello, welcome back. Now they probably say that to everyone, don't they, as a courtesy. But then when we went in and she started doing the massage, she said to me, oh, have you been back to Ireland? And she actually remembered me from a year ago. That's brilliant, isn't it? Now, I am noticeable. I have a big tattoo on my back. I am noticeable. And she was going there and doing the work. And I went, I've been back to Ireland. Thank you very much for asking. She said, oh, your body looks good. I thought, fucking great. And then she said, because last time I saw you, you were really fat. Cheeky fucker. I didn't give her a tap. Didn't give her a fucking tap. So, where do we get up to there? Let's do it again. So 20s? 30s? 40s? This my lot. 50s? Is anybody in their 60s? 60s there. Anybody older than 60s?
Yeah.
Oh. the wee voice from the back. Where is that person? Who am I talking to? Way over there. How you doing? And what's your name? Sandy. How old are you, Sandy?
17.
No, happy days, Sandy. Here. Don't be fucking clapping her just because she's old. We know fuck all about her. She might be one of them Nazi war criminals. Sandy, see, I hope you're having a good time, girl. You enjoyed yourself? Happy days, Sandy. See, on the way out, be careful going out here. Be careful because with spotlights you might be drawn towards them. Do not go. Thanks, brother. I turned 50, right? When I turned 50, so I'm 53 now. When I turned 50, my mates all start saying to me, they're going, Martin, you're going to have a midlife crisis. Now the truth is, 50s isn't midlife, is it? 50s isn't midlife. Not for me, it's not. I take a lot of drugs. I'd be lucky if I get through this festival. And you're what age did you say you were? 47. So you'll be getting this bullshit on you, mate. What's your name, man? Justin, nice to meet you, Justin. You'll be getting this bullshit. Your mates will be going, are you having a midlife crisis? Now here's the truth, right? Midlife, it's not midlife, but the clock is ticking, isn't it? So I decided I needed to do all them things that I meant to do and I never got round to. So I looked on the bucket list and there's a brilliant thing. Do you know the bucket list? Do you know what bucket list is? It's the top 20 things most people want to do before they die. This girl here, what's your name? Kirsten, you're wee ginger. How you doing, girl? Dip the lights a wee bit, we're burning this last. How's been Ginger working out? Great, because you're Scottish. See, that's the thing, because in Scotland and Ireland we don't take the piss out of ginger. See, if you were born in England, oh, they do in Scotland. But we don't in Ireland, we don't take the piss. We don't take the piss, because I know in England they would call you Ginger. They'd call you, what's your real name?
Kirsten.
You'd be Ginger Kirsten. That's what they would call you, and you should. I'm going to empower you, Kirsten. They've done a survey recently where they have proved that ginger hair is actually stronger than normal hair. Did I say normal? Other. Other kinds of hair. Other kinds of hair. As a ginger lass, you are the keeper of a very rare and very beautiful thing, Kirsten. You should be proud. You've got the wee ginger muff. What a beautiful thing. Have you seen a ginger muff, mate? Yes, beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. So you're not a natural blonde, are you? No, what colour's your wee muff? Hawkmeister. Is it blonde? No. Brunette. Brown, wee brown. Lovely. Nothing wrong with that, girl. There's nothing wrong with that. The thing is, imagine you meet a girl, right? Imagine I meet a girl and I'm on down her jeans. Fuck, how big's this last? And there's a wee brown muff, you're always happy to see it. You're dark haired, a wee brunette muff, you're always happy to see it. A ginger muff, it's always a fucking surprise. I said, how old are you? 28. Oh, see, you're too young, you probably don't even have a muff. What kind of muff have you got? Who's this? I hear this wee voice over here going, oh, for goodness sake. Is that you? Hello there. Don't be saying that. No, I won't say it. What kind of muff have you got? Well trimmed. Yes, because this is the thing now. This is a new thing to me. I've been in a relationship with my missus 21 years. Most of that time I was in the prison, but it still fucking counts. What I realise now is younger women, they've become slightly frightened of their own pubes. And you've been getting rid of them. I talked to a girl just the other day, I said, what kind of muff have you got? She said, I have half a muff. Half a muff. Maybe she literally had half a muff. I expect what she'd done was, she'd reduced the overall coverage by approximately half to a more aesthetically pleasing coverage. Is that what you've done? More or less. How do you do it? Is it wax or no? Shave. Shaving. That's weird because this lady I was talking to was Australian. She said what she did was she set it on fire and then an indigenous person blew it out with a didgeridoo. Yeah, here's an idea. If you're in a relationship, girls, and it's a long time relationship and you need to liven it up in the bedroom, here's my suggestion. Shave the middle and leave the outside. That would give him a fucking shock, wouldn't it? That would give him a shock. But I find it weird. I'll tell you why I find it weird. Because I'm old enough to remember them off. You remember them off? They were happy days. They were happy days, weren't they, man? They're happy days. I remember growing up, the rule was, when I was a young person, when I was your age, if your pubes did not grow past your belly button, you didn't have to fucking touch them, you remember? If you could get them successfully tucked into your swimming suit, that was that. Whereas now you're getting rid of them, I think it's a bad thing. Personally, I think it's a bad thing. Like young man in your 20s, I think it's a bad thing, mate. Because you don't know the pleasure of them off. We do. Remember? They were happy days. Where did you grow up? Paisley. There was plenty of muffs about there, weren't there? Remember that? You're 20 years old. You're in Paisley. You go out for a night out. 20. You go out for a night out. You get lucky. You meet a nice girl. She takes you back to her flat. She's got a big sweaty disco muff. Oh! They were happy days. And the young fellas, you don't know the pleasure of a sweaty disco muff. You just don't know. No. I think as well, I think it's a bit sexist. I think if the girl, are you doing any manscaping? No. Sexist. If the girls are doing it, the boys should be fucking doing it. It's true, isn't it? The girls are making an effort. You, man, you should have yours shaved into a little landing strip. So that when you get an erection, it looks like a sundial. What time is it? Oh, it's party time. Come on. I looked on the bucket list, right? I looked on the bucket list, and I thought to myself, I need to get stuck in and do these things. I need to do all the things I meant to do, never got round to doing yet. And I said, what this girl here, what's your name?
L.
L-E-L-L-E.
Oh, it's Eleanor, but I hate it.
It's Eleanor, but you hate it. Just shorten that. You can call yourself whatever you fucking want, or whatever you want. What do you want to do before you die? I realised in my accent that sounded like a threat. What's on your bucket list, El? You don't know? What about having sex with a handsome stranger who's only in town for a month? Has a bag full. It's got a bag full of crystal meth in the bag. No good. You've done it already, happy days, so you go on, girl, go on. I looked on the bucket list. The number one thing on the bucket list is to do a skydive. Who's done one? Yourself? Fuck, Cockmeister's brilliant. Was there cocks involved? Were you just there, jump out, and then they got a dog in someone? She's got a dog. Like when they refuel the jumbo jet and just Cockmeister. This DVD was going to be called Adventure Comedian, now it's called Cockmeister. Did you do it solo or did you do it tandem? Solo. Oh, you're braver than me. I don't want to. Where did you do it? In where? Perthshire. Was it brilliant? It's brilliant, right? Have you done a skydive? I used to do one, mate. She totally do one. It's brilliant. She'll tell you, I'll tell you. Brilliant. Because when you do a skydive, you do it solo or you can do tandem. Now, I done tandem. It's fantastic. Because tandem is dead easy. Because the instructor is strapped on your back. Do you know about this? They're strapped on your back, and what it is because when you land normally you would break your legs because you don't know what you're doing. They hold you up. So can you get this? So look. Imagine what's your name? Elaine, imagine you're strapped here and I'm the instructor. When we jump down, I hold you up. It's bigger than that there, Elaine. It's much bigger than that. It's probably like 10 times as big as that there. It's probably bigger. But they hold you up. Now, to get me to do it, they had to get a special guy because I was 17 and a half stone. They had to phone out and get a special giant guy. Turned up, he was called Big George. He's the biggest man I've ever seen. He was a big Kiwi, he was massive big fella. Now, he had a beard, he had a beer belly, he turns up, straps in. We strap in like that there. He's got these harnesses, we strap in. And he picked me up a couple of times just to check that the harnesses was okay. And because he had a beer belly, I was in this position. It must have looked like one of them gay bear videos. You boys know, you know. The gay bears, you don't know. I'm sweaty. I wonder if I can hit you with that there. Sorry, Liam, I did hit you. When you go to do a skydive, mate, listen carefully. You put your harnesses on. Looks like your testicles go in the middle. They fucking don't, man. They don't go in the middle. Because when the strap pulls up, that one pulls up too, and she'll tell you, you don't put your testicles in the middle, do you? No, do you not? What side do you normally dress to?
Down the centre.
Down the centre? Fuck, you know where you dress to. At your age, behind one knee. Whatever side, pull them to one side, you'll be comfortable. Girls, if you're going to do a skydive, I'll be honest girls, I'm not 100% certain what the situation with flaps is going to be. Put the air flaps to one side, because at the very least when that pulls up it'll split the flaps. You're coming down, that's going to affect the aerodynamics in some way. Where's Tracy gone? There she is. At least if you went off course you could rudder yourself back round again. Here, running out of time, I've got a story I totally have to tell you. Right, here's this, let's do this. Please give me a cheer who's ever been on a hen night. Girl there, what's your name? Joe. Where did you go on your hen night?
York.
York. Woo-wee. Did you go and see the Minster? York, Minster. Did you get fucked up? Did you have a good time? Happy days, good. Who's ever been on a stag night? Where did you go, man?
Berlin.
Where? Berlin. Fucking brilliant. You had a good time.
Brilliant.
Happy days. I've been on a stag. How old are you, man?
28.
28. I might use you in this story. Because what's your name? Jamie. Right. Here's the thing. I recently went on a stag night. And the stag night was different than any stag night I'd ever been on. All the other stag nights I'd ever been on was between the ages of 20 and about 30, 32. This one was different because we were all men in our 50s. My mate John is married, divorced, getting married again. So Jamie, it's a different dude because we went to Amsterdam. Who's been Amsterdam? You've been Amsterdam? How'd you get on? You make much money? Was it worth it all? It's a good trip. Happy days. We went to Amsterdam. Now we're all adult men. Now Jamie, have you been to Amsterdam? Right. When you went to Amsterdam, you wanted to go to the red light district, didn't you?
I think it was the first night out.
Of course you did. Because he's a young man. He's a young man who wants to go and see the pussy. Of course you do. Now the thing is, we're guys in our 50s. We're older than that, aren't we? We've seen the pussy, haven't we, mate? You've seen the pussy, haven't you? I'm not boasting. I have seen the pussy 6 times. And that's not even counting that time my mum's towel fell off at the beach. I haven't counted it. It's not even written in the sightings book. Every time I hear you speak, I look at you look absolutely disgusted. Don't be putting it. Keep your disgusted face on, because I look at this nice lady and she's disgusted and then she smiles when I look at her. If you're disgusted, stay disgusted, because that face is getting me hard, so keep that going. Keep that going there, girl. I have a nice joke. I finish on a really nice joke about kittens. It's me wanking on a kitten. Are you really warm?
Yes.
And you're wiggling your shirt like this. Can you show me restart? Because that'll make him. He'll fucking love that. Right, here's the story. We go to Amsterdam. In any group of men, there is one guy who is the fucking Egypt. You all know who he is. If you don't know who he is, it's fucking you. My group of friends, the Egypt mate is called Malcolm. He's 57 years old. He is that guy that gets you chucked out of a nightclub. Oh, you're looking at him, is it him? Malcolm is that guy that gets you arrested. He's that fucking Egypt guy. Right. Since I've known Malcolm, he's nearly had me arrested twice, and I'm not the kind of person who gets arrested. I'm 53. I've only been arrested like 25 or 30 times in my whole life. Malcolm is in Egypt. He's going, let's go to the red light district. He's too excited for an adult man. Let's go to the red light district. Me and the lads are going, let's go to the hotel and put our suitcases away. He's just too fucking excited. We go to the hotel, we come out, now he's going, let's go and see a peep show. Now, do you know what peep shows are? This lady, do you know what peep show is?
Me.
Aye. Because you're the one that's had the sheltered life in this room. Reece, you know what peep show is, son? Yeah, so basically, it's a private booth. You go in, there's a whole room of private booths. You put money in a wee slot, window opens, you look in and you see something sexy going on in there. Now, we should have known that Malcolm was fucking up to something. Because he already had a handful of change. He gives us all our change, right? We go into the wee booth. I'm in the booth, I put my money in the little slot. The wee window opens, I look in. and in there, naked, on a revolving bed, was Malcolm. He had phoned ahead and arranged to get let in. That has raised the bar for stag nights, hasn't it? When you went to Berlin, did you do something to your mate? You wrapped them up in cling film and tied them to a lamppost. This has raised the fucking bar. The only way it got better was, on the way out, my mate Danny complained that he wanted his money back in his pockets and he just wasn't big enough. Here, I think I've totally run out of time now. Did you have a nice time? Guys, thanks very much for coming. This will be out on a DVD at some point. Do not buy it because you will fucking hate it. Look, my name's Martin Mor. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you very much, guys. Good night.
What do you think?
They're lovely, weren't they?
Yeah.
It was good having a young guy.
Yeah, he was fun.
He was fun, wasn't he? And his dad was up for it, so it was all good fun.
He better be up for it. Look at you, rock and roll lifestyle, and him sleeping on the couch.
Ha! Rock and roll.
Alright, I'm gonna go out and fly over.
Very helpful and very much appreciated, especially if they're on the floor where folk can step on them. Thanks again.